While Minister Bandula Gunawardena speaks of introducing new laws to tame the media, it is the fate of the Homagama Mahinda Rajapaksa Stadium following the Poson zone organised by the minister. Do you recall what the minister said about the Poson zone at the previous cabinet media briefing?
I'm organizing a Poson zone. I was told to arrange the funds for the event. This is the common policy with regard to electricity.
The stadium was the venue for a number of elements of the Homagama Poson zone that the minister mentioned. Will the minister bear the expenses from his personal money to restore the stadium used by the children of Homagama Mahinda Rajapaksa College?
Minister Keheliya Rambukwella tried to bring in a similar bill during his tenure as the Minister of Mass Media. Therefore, there is nothing to explain with regard to his intentions. Has the Minister of Health, Keheliya Rambukwella, who is talking about bringing new laws to suppress the media, resolved all the issues related to his subject, the health services?
The health minister was appointed by the president without a mandate. Leave that aside. Your responsibility is to intervene from the people's side and solve the issues of the health sector. It is not your job to suppress the media and suppress the trade unions. Your job is to protect the rights of the people of this country. I think you've forgotten that. But don't interfere in other things. While the prices of medicines have gone up, do your job. Do your duty.
Ministers Bandula Gunawardena and Keheliya Rambukwella. Why is it that we term this proposal as a dangerous one? The two of you are members of the subcommittee that was appointed to prepare this proposal, and you would have contributed towards the drafting of it. However, on the face of this draft document, the objective of your subcommittee is clear to us. What did you think would happen when you give power to a group loyal to you to issue, terminate and suspend licenses and also to renew licenses annually? A large group of people are employed at all the media institutions in the country. So, doesn't it mean that their future of employment hangs in the balance due to the renewal of licenses annually? It also means that employees will have to be recruited by media institutions for a period of 1 year and would become uncertain to employ personnel for more than 1 year. How can a government-biased group independently decide whether the accuracy of information affects the national economy, national security, or the rule of law? There is nothing to explain by taking these clauses one by one. We continue to highlight the seriousness of this document because if it is prepared as a bill and passed by the Parliament with a 2/3 majority, it will put an end to the right of the people of our country to access information. Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena, Minister Keheliya Rambukwella, the people are in a very difficult situation. Their lives have been battered by various issues and they are in distress. Half of the free medicines are not available. There are no doctors and nurses in the government hospitals. There is a shortage of doctors and nurses. The wards of some hospitals are closed. People are suffering on the floor of the existing wards. Many villages do not even have buses to travel at night. People do not have enough money to afford three-wheelers. But if you want to do something, there are plenty of things that need to be addressed. Step out of your vehicles and speak to the people. And only then would you understand the ground reality. The people have an issue with survival. So, before you try to suppress the media, solve that issue.
It was the media who exposed the scam behind the organic fertilizer project and the importing of a much disputed consignment of organic fertilizer into the country. It was the media who exposed all these while the responsible authorities and ministers turned a blind eye. It was the media that gave us a stage to raise our voices against the construction of walking paths around tanks, including the Great Parakram Samudraya. By suppressing the media, they are trying to lead this country into a dictatorship. It was the media that took the sorrows of the innocent farming community of rural Sri Lanka to the whole world. Farming community of this world owes to the media for helping us in all these battles. Media is the actual reason why we still have farming in this country, while there are many other issues in the country to look into, while farmers suffer everywhere without being able to sell their harvest, while patients face many issues in hospitals without proper medicine. In a time where the prices of goods are skyrocketing, the main concern they have right now is the media. We want the government to withdraw this immediately.
Central Province Dairy Farmers Association also expressed their disregard over the government's brutal attempts to suppress the media in the country.
Media exposed the real issues in the country. If they had bought this act before, we and the media would have been imprisoned by now. We vehemently oppose these moves taken by the government to suppress the media.
Galoya Left Bank Agrarian Service Association also expressed their dismay over these attempts taken by the government to suppress media. Farmers emphasized that this government, which is led by a president who lacks a proper mandate of the people, does not hold a moral right to do so.
We had to take to the streets to get the water we need to cultivate our lands back in 2017. Then came the organic fertilizer project. They forcefully made us use this fertilizer, and at the end we, the innocent farmers of this country, incurred a huge loss owing to their mistakes. It was the media who helped us throughout these battles. They were our voice. They took our cries to the whole world. Now they want to cut off this bridge which connected the innocent farmers of this country with the world. Then they can do whatever they please with our lives. Ranil Wickremesinghe was never appointed to this position by the people. We cannot allow someone who forcefully took over the power of this country to shut our voices. If we let this happen, that will be the final nail on the coffin of farming in Sri Lanka.
This.
When we couple this together with the Anti-Terrorism Act or even the Prevention of Terrorism Act, it is clear that they are trying to utilize these laws to subdue the public dissent. With the help of media, we were able to expose a good deal of environmental destruction. The media helped us to expose the perpetrators and the legal loopholes in the system which they used. And by doing so, we were able to push our lawmakers to enact legislatures that bring these gaps in the system. Not only that, the media is playing an important role in our fight to win compensation for the damages we incurred as a nation through the Express Pearl disaster. Media exposed the way our own government tried to betray this fight of the Express Pearl disaster. Media exposed how some people try to enact laws in a way that will allow their henchmen to cut down forests. With the help of media, we were able to stop all these rackets that destroyed Mother Nature. And today it is clear what the government wants to do. They want to uproot the threat, the barrier that stopped them from doing all these destructions. That is why they are bringing this Broadcasting Regulatory Commission Act. This act will be a blow to our fight to protect the environment.
The New Wings or Aluth Piyapath movement also commented in this regard.
Media is an obstruction on Ranil's path. The pillar is in the way of his path and now he is trying to run over the pillar. They are trying to build some sort of public opinion. There is no issue with state media. State media constantly whitewash these rulers and politicians. However, private media organizations and social media platforms often publicize and reveal anti-government ideas. So Ranil and the Rajapakshas are thinking that this game is needed to silence such platforms. We will not leave room for them to dose the media organizations. Ranil Wickremesinghe is getting ready to create an outdoor prison.